Shalom, me, my homies. My name is Showiest Dwarf. It's been a long time since I've uploaded because I have college and I'm a lazy turd. And my PC's having problems that I don't know how to fix because I'm not very tech savvy. So recording has been difficult. Gaming has been difficult. For some reason, 14-year-old games, 9-year-old games, can't, as they say, function very well. You know, not much of an excuse for Skyrim and Fallout 4 to be lagging as much as they are, but who am I to judge Jod Howard? I am 22 years old. I was born in the great year 2001. I grew up playing Halo, and I grew up playing Skyrim. Those were like the exclusive games that I played, plus whenever my brother grew up playing Call of Duty, he played Call of Duty, I played on his Xbox, so I played Call of Duty. If you're like me, and you love these awful games that are Bethesda games, then you might be a little bit worried. I know I just said that Skyrim isn't a good game. And I know I kind of said Fallout 3 wasn't a good game. And just generally speaking, they're not very good games. Obviously, I don't really mean that, but I kind of mean it. I kind of mean it a little bit.
That doesn't make sense.
Skyrim has some pretty lackluster RPG mechanics. I mean, honestly, it doesn't feel like your choices make a huge impact on the world. Maybe that's just me, but honestly, it doesn't feel like the game changes much by the time you've done everything. And I've done everything. I've completed the game more times than I can count, and 100%ed it a few times, at the very least. And Fallout 3, I used to think it was good, but after playing Fallout 4 in New Vegas recently, and then replaying it again, I kind of realized that the main villain and the motivation of the character and the choices you make at the end aren't very good. You kind of just get to choose between doing the right thing and being a turd. There's no motivation or reason to be a turd. While in Fallout New Vegas, your choices matter. The side you pick kind of matters. And there's no real good guy. You have to just accept whatever conflict you have with picking a certain faction. The NCR are probably the best bet for protecting the Mojave, but they're basically fascists.
You're not a feminist. You're a fascist. I think that's a good idea.
Taxation is theft, right? Cringe. Caesar's Legion, I mean, they're kind of just evil.
Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
House only cares about New Vegas. I don't even remember what Yes Man's about, honestly. It's been a while since I paid attention to the story. Fallout 4, I've realized, is actually quite good. Seeking to save your son is a pretty darn good motivation. I think the factions could be fleshed out a bit more. Ultimately, I think it's a pretty enjoyable game. But the big thing that everybody cares about with Bethesda games is mods. Let me show you something real quick. This is the Nexus. You know, the place where you go to mod stuff. Look at all these games real quick. There's 18 on the screen. And you might have noticed something already immediately. First of all, Skyrim is in number 1 and number 2. That's funny. And then it's followed by Fallout 4 and Fallout New Vegas. And then, just a little bit later, it's Oblivion, and then Fallout 3. And then just below those is Morrowind and Starfield. 7 out of the 18 games that are currently shown on this page are Bethesda games. 7 of the most popular games Bethesda's put out have the most mods. I mean, look at Skyrim. 60,000 mods with 4.4 billion downloads. Or sorry, that's special edition. Regular Skyrim, 69,000 mods and 1.9 billion downloads. Fallout 4, 48,000 mods with 1.5 billion downloads. Fallout New Vegas, 33,000 mods with 618 million downloads. Oblivion, 31K per and with 291 downloads. Or you get the picture, okay? Lots of people mod the crap out of these games because these games are insanely mod friendly. It works so well with mods, and you also need them desperately. Because these games don't work. If you launch Fallout New Vegas totally unmodded, it's going to crash every 5 minutes.
Yippee!
Fallout 4 is, it's mostly improved by mods. Skyrim, both Special Edition and Regular Edition, are improved quite extensively by mods. You look at how many people mod these games. Literally everybody. I don't think there's a single Skyrim player, Fallout player, even Starfield player that hasn't modded the game. Because these games need mods. But for some reason, Bethesda is mega stupid. Let me show you why. So everybody knows at this point about the next gen update, which did diddly squat. It didn't do anything. It actually, from what I've seen, it just hurt the game. It made it run way worse. And honestly, the Creation Club is kind of underwhelming. I know it added the Enclave a little bit, but the America Rising mod, easy to download, way better. And it adds a full quest line. So when you get updates like these that break modding, like the script extender for Fallout 4 had to be updated, and even now, let me just show you. And even now, it's still not super reliable. It's still got some problems. There is a solution to this, and I will show it to you real quick. Just a quick thing in this video. This video is just all about Bethesda right now. If you find this mod, it will download a console, or it will download a file in which it will open the console and download automatically for you the game depots for pre-next gen update. You can do this through the Steam console, but I tried doing that and it didn't really work for me. It wouldn't launch. It would launch. It would just immediately crash as soon as I got to the menu and the started playing. So the mod helped me a lot. I can play the game. It runs pretty smooth. And all my mods work. Every single one of them works now. Why did you need this? Why did you need to give us the update? It baffles me. Why did you need to update the game? You know that people play your game with mods. Everybody plays all these games with mods. Even I can barely play the game on console without mods. Of course, my motivation to play it without mods is to get the achievements, because there's no achievement enabler on consoles. This update didn't need to happen, because it didn't actually improve the game that much, if at all. When this update came out, I just didn't know or understand why. Now, I have 2 accounts. I don't know why I have 2 accounts, but I do. And so I'm sharing some of my games between my accounts. I think it was because I couldn't log into one for a while. And then I finally was able to log in, but I had already purchased games on my other account. So I'm sharing my games through my accounts. So I don't even get the benefit of Creation Club content that's given to you. But I did log into my other account so I could play with it and see what it was like. And didn't run so well. But then you've got Skyrim Special Edition, Anniversary Edition. You can see on just Skyrim Special Edition, I've played 416 hours. Want to see what it is for the original Skyrim? 961. Double that. I've played this game for, at the very least, on these 2 accounts, on PC, for about 1,500 hours. Because of all the things it does with the Creation Club, it messes up modding. So I didn't think it was worth it to have the Creation Club. So I went, downloaded the depots, played with mods. It's just another example of Bethesda making modding difficult when that's a huge reason people play these games. Don't get me wrong, the Creation Club has some good ideas. There's some interesting things on there. But at the end of the day, most of it's not worth buying Bethesda bucks. A weird system where you have to pay this much money for something that costs 50 credits. So now you just have, what's the minimum? Like 200 credits? You just have 150 credits. Maybe you buy other stuff. But then you want to buy another thing, but you have 10 short. You're just short by 50 credits. So you have to buy 200 more credits. You know, it's a dumb system. I don't like the Creation Club monetization. I'm okay with modders getting paid, but at the end of the day, not worth it. Honestly, just not worth it. This is just one of the things that I'm concerned about with Bethesda. Is they just... Why did you update a 9-year-old game? Fallout 4 came out in 2015. Why did you need to update it? You didn't need to update it. You didn't need to touch it. You could have just left it be, and everything would have been hunky-dory. Peachy, just fine. And this is just one of the things that I'm a little bit concerned about for future Bethesda games. Arbitrary actions is really the encompassing first point that causes me to be concerned about Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5. I mean, you guys already know that Fallout London was delayed. I forgot Fallout London was a thing until I started playing Fallout 4 after watching the Fallout TV show, which was a great show, by the way. That got delayed. That was supposed to be released a month ago. Now I have to wait. We all have to wait to play what is probably going to be a phenomenal mod. Why, Bethesda? Why must you do arbitrary things? Next point. The quality of Starfield, not fun. Didn't enjoy it. That's a joke. I could not care less about the pronoun thing. And I'm not some balding Englishman. Look, I'm sorry. I'm a right-leaning Christian. I shouldn't have to explain what my views are. But that's what got you that mad? The Actman's already dealing with that. Well, gracefully. I love the Actman. I want to be besties with him. At the end of the day, Starfield wasn't very good. The mechanics were kind of okay, I guess. I hated the gunplay. It felt like nothing had changed since Fallout 4. Because in Fallout 4, this very simple gunplay is fine. Because, it was 2015, and I didn't have a lot of expectations for super fun gunplay. But you'd have thought it would have improved and changed a little bit. But it really didn't. It just really didn't. I wasn't a huge fan of the leveling system. And maybe it's just because I wasn't motivated to do anything. I had no interest in doing other quest lines or other quests, so I just didn't level up very much because I wasn't getting a lot of XP. Because there's so many things to do, and I just don't want to do them. It was just totally uninteresting to me. It was super boring. I forgot to resize myself.
What do you mean by that?
I was expecting a lot more, and I just got a lot less. It was in development for 8 years? Something like that? And that was it? And pray tell, I'm not going to find the time to explore 1,000 planets. Doesn't really matter because there's nothing there. There is absolutely nothing on these planets worth looking for. It's so boring. They are so boring. What you should have done, dear Bethesda, what you should have done was give us 10. No, actually, just give us the Milky Way galaxy. 8 planets, maybe Pluto. You could throw Pluto in there. Just the moons, Saturn's moons, maybe. Give us a lot of detail. Give us few detailed planets that are fun to explore, interesting to explore, and just all around fun to play. Easy. I'm not impressed by 1,000 boring planets where when you land, it's kind of just a tiny fishbowl. I didn't enjoy the settlement building at all. I didn't enjoy that at all. It was so boring, so uninteresting. The most fun I had, and my roommate Alan, Dark Knowles on YouTube, can attest to this. Every time he saw me playing that game, I was building a ship. Bethesda, you have a gem there. Just take the shipbuilding, make a separate game where you play as a ship salesman, sell it for $20, just a kind of a mini game, just the shipbuilding mechanics from Starfield. Make a separate game with that. I'll pay $20 to play that. That sounds like fun. I had so much fun building ships. Put a leveling system in there so you can build bigger and better ships, sell them for more money. Just give me a shipbuilding business simulator. I'll play that. And I don't usually play simulators like that. But that sounds like fun. So second point, Starfield is just boring, uninteresting, not worth playing in my opinion. Because of what I mentioned in number 1, arbitrary updates that kind of ruin games, or ruin modding, make modding difficult, make life tedious, and then Starfield just being disappointing. I have reason to be concerned for Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5, or maybe a spin-off. Because if you look at the RPG mechanics in Skyrim being kind of lackluster, the storytelling and Fallout 3 being lackluster, Fallout New Vegas just being absolutely phenomenal, the one phenomenal game that I mentioned was made by a separate company working for Bethesda. Bethesda, I am afraid that you are not going to do a good job with Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5. Because I really want those games to do well. I want them to be good. I want to feel like my decisions matter in these games. Desperately, that's what I want. If you just didn't spend the last 10 years re-releasing Skyrim, releasing Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online, look, I get some people like MMOs. I don't like MMOs. Didn't think they were that good. I know Fallout 76 turned out to be good, but I've never heard anyone talk about Elder Scrolls Online. I've literally never heard anyone talk about it. Because it's just, I think I put like 100 hours into it because I was 15 or something like that, and I was bored. I don't remember it being fun at all. And that maybe that's just me because I don't like MMOs. But with the way the game industry is going, and AAA games being the disappointing thing compared to indie games going sicko mode. I know Helldivers 2 had some problems recently. But that's not Helldivers' fault. That's Sony's fault. Let's not forget that. That's Sony's fault. All in all, I'm worried that Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 are just going to be boring, poorly written, uninteresting all around. My hope is that the factions are good, my choices impact the world in a heavy way, that I will be conflicted about which side I choose. And I genuinely mean that. I want to feel conflicted. I want to be semi-unsatisfied with my choice. I want to be a little bit disappointed that at least in the Fallout sense, that the side I picked has downfalls that couldn't be avoided. Maybe even the same with Elder Scrolls 6, as to please do well. Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout. I'm gonna move on. I don't want to wait another 2 years to be pleasantly surprised or unpleasantly disappointed. That is all I've got right now. So I will be uploading again very soon. I promise. I promise. I promise. Have a good one, guys.